Loan life cycle, borrowing and repayment. The loan journey starts with your application, where you provide details like income, credit score, and the loan purpose. Based on this information, the lender assesses your creditworthiness and decides to approve or deny your request. If approved, they'll outline the loan amount, interest rate, repayment terms, and any other conditions. Once you accept these terms, the lender disperses the funds, transfers money, or issues a check, repaying the loan. Throughout the repayment period, you make regular payments, monthly, quarterly, etc., that cover the principal, original loan amount, and interest, cost of borrowing. The interest rate is typically an annual percentage rate, APR, calculated on the remaining loan balance. You continue making payments until the entire loan, including interest, is paid off. Some loans allow for early repayment without penalties, while others may have prepayment fees. Banks and borrowers, a business relationship. Banks aim to be approachable and build trust to attract borrowers. Their friendliness during the application process encourages responsible borrowing, ultimately increasing their profit from loan interest. However, the focus shifts to risk assessment as they evaluate your application. Remember, it's crucial to understand all loan terms and conditions before accepting to avoid surprises later. Unveiling the harsh realities of loan-induced stress in developing countries like India. In recent years, India has witnessed a disturbing trend, a rise in cases of loan-related stress leading to dire consequences. Today, we delve deep into this issue, shedding light on the untold stories behind the numbers. According to a report by organization Wikipedia, cases of individuals facing mental torture and resorting to extreme measures like suicide due to loan pressure have become alarmingly common. Expert: debt-induced stress can have severe repercussions on one's mental and emotional well-being. The constant pressure of repayments, coupled with aggressive tactics from loan collectors, can push individuals to the brink. Meet Dashish, a small business owner who took a loan to expand his business. As the pandemic hit, his income plummeted, and the mounting debt became a heavy burden. The relentless calls and visits from loan collectors added to his anxiety, leading to sleepless nights and deteriorating mental health. A survey conducted by organization Wikipedia revealed that a significant percentage of borrowers in developing countries experience high levels of stress due to loan repayments. This stress not only affects their mental health, but also impacts their relationships and overall quality of life. Understanding RBI guidelines for personal loan defaulters in India. Don't panic if you've missed a loan payment. The RBI protects borrowers even in default situations. Know Your Rights, a guide for personal loan defaulters in India. Here's what you need to know. Get a heads up. The lender must give you a fair chance to repay by sending a proper notice. Respectful recovery. No harassing calls or threats. The lender must treat you with dignity throughout the process. Fair deal on collateral for secured loans. If your loan was secured with something valuable, you have the right to a fair price if it's seized. Working with your lender to adjust your repayment plan. Instead of legal action, they might work with you to create a more manageable payment schedule. Missed a payment? It happens. Here's a quick guide to what goes down. Grace period. You usually have a buffer of 10 to 15 days to catch up without penalty. Overdue. After the grace period, late fees kick in and your lender will try to contact you. NPA. If things go way overdue, your loan becomes a non-performing asset, basically a loan not making them money. Then RBI steps in. The Reserve Bank on India protects both you and the lender. Here's how. Your rights. You deserve respect. No harassment or bullying from the lender. Flexible options. If your situation is tough but you've been a good borrower, the lender might offer solutions like extending the loan term or even reducing the amount. But remember, there are consequences of default. Missing payments can hurt. Bad credit score makes it harder and more expensive to borrow money in the future. Legal action. In extreme cases, the lender may take you to court. Debt collectors. The lender might sell your debt to a collection agency. Don't get bullied. Your rights during loan recovery. Dealing with debt collectors can be stressful. Here's what you need to know to protect yourself. The problem. Banks hire recovery agents to collect unpaid loans. These agents, often working on commission, can resort to unfair tactics. What's illegal, but not may, will happen. Harassment. This includes constant calls, threats, insults, or contacting your family, employer, or social media. False claims. They may lie about legal action or the amount owed. Deception. They might use fake official-looking documents to pressure you. Unrealistic demands. They could try to force you into unaffordable payments or sell your assets under duress. Your rights. Respectful communication. You deserve to be treated fairly, not bullied. Clear information. They must be upfront about the debt and collection process. What to do. Don't engage with threats. Don't respond to harassment. Document everything. Keep records of calls, texts, and letters. Know your rights. Research regulations of RBI. Report abuse. File a complaint with the relevant authorities. Remember, don't let aggressive tactics silence you. Fight for your rights. The RBI's rules for loan recovery agents. Protecting your rights. The Reserve Bank of India, RBI, understands that dealing with debt collectors can be stressful. To safeguard borrowers, the RBI has established clear guidelines for how recovery agents must operate. Here's a breakdown of these guidelines in a clear and concise way. Hiring responsible agents. Banks and lenders are required to carefully choose recovery agencies. This includes thorough background checks on both the agencies and the individual agents they employ. Transparency for borrowers. You have the right to be informed about the recovery agency and the specific agent contacting you. The agent should carry an authorization letter, a notice from the bank, and a valid ID card. Respectful communication. Recovery agents must treat you with respect. This means avoiding abusive language, threats, or humiliation in public or private. They are also prohibited from contacting you outside of designated hours between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Protecting your privacy. Your personal information remains confidential. Agents cannot discuss your debt with anyone else, including family, friends, or colleagues. They also need to schedule visits to your home or workplace in advance. Record keeping. Both your calls with recovery agents and theirs with you should be recorded to ensure a clear record of communication. Resolving issues. If you face any problems with a recovery agent's behavior, each bank is required to have a dedicated complaint resolution process in place. Training for agents. Recovery agents will soon be required to complete a specialized training program to ensure they understand and follow proper collection practices. If the situation does not come under control with these measures, then borrowers can resort to legal remedies. Consumer rights. Legal remedies in case of harassment. File a complaint at the police station. Defaulters can file a complaint against the recovery agency and the bank. However, if the police are not willing to take a complaint, then defaulters can approach the magistrate. A civil injunction suit can be filed. If there is no action from the police, then the borrower can request relief in the civil court. The court may give a verdict in support of the borrower and can command the agent not to resort to such threatening and illegal behavior. There is also a high probability that the court may provide a ruling that is midway and is beneficial for both parties. Raise a complaint with the Reserve Bank of India. After seeing a rise in cases of harassment by lenders and recovery agencies, the RBI has established a set of rules for the recovery agents. So in case the borrower feels that they have been wronged by agents or lenders, they can contact the RBI and file a complaint with the organization. The Reserve Bank will take strict action against violators of their guidelines. They may consider imposing a ban on the bank from hiring recovery agents in a particular area for a temporary period. In case of continuous violation of the guidelines, the RBI may think about extending the duration of the ban or the area of the ban. Defamation suit. If the recovery agent defames borrowers in any way, like calling their friends or family, creating a scene at their office, or humiliating them in front of neighbors, then they have the right to file a defamation suit against the bank and the recovery agent. Conclusion. As a borrower, it is essential to know your rights and what measures you can take to deal with loan recovery, lenders, and harassment by agents. Also, borrowers and lenders must be well aware of the RBI guidelines, which promote transparency in the loan recovery process. These guidelines ensure that the rights of all lenders, borrowers, and recovery agents